What's up, everyone? This is Roots of Black. Cannot say that I'm bringing you the Septuagint today because what has been pulled out of the accor- accordion folder was something a little different here from the New Testament. Now, the problem is that of course no one's going to go back and look at the old videos. So the videos have been moving along. The understanding of the family and everyone else, because they have been watching from the very beginning, their understanding is at the point of these videos. For a person that hasn't watched the videos from the beginning, some of you guys are going to have an understanding issue of seeing these videos of what I'm discussing, because everything in the scriptures all connect to each other. This is one big continuous story. So, considering and understanding this is one big continuous story, when these chapters are being pulled and being read, that there will be, companion videos connecting all of these to another one, because that's how the scriptures work. So, yeah, and one of the New Testament New Testament scriptures that have been pulled out once again is a Matthew one, and that is crazy. I'm not even going to. No, 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 no. Your understanding has grew. Matthew's the first book in the New Testament, which we call new, but it's not new because that doesn't make any sense. Because when this was brought to you as being called the word new, let me see something here. All right, this is a long one. So when it was brought to you as so-called new, that 1600, 1611 King James Version, this book was already, 1,000 plus years old. So it wasn't new in the first place. So you should ask yourself a question: why did they call one new and why did they call one old? You really need to ask yourself a question, because you wouldn't pick up a book and say that the first chapter is old and the chapter one's old, but chapter 60 is new. You wouldn't say that. You'll just say that that's just that book and you're reading the continuation of a story. But yet, somehow, some way, they convinced and tricked the earth to believe that one is new and one is old. You should ask yourself those questions there, because that doesn't make any sense. And little things that you do not understand is that they outlawed the name of the Most High and his title. Not just his name, they outlawed this title too. So that's why you see all of these Lord, 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 God, blah, 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 stuff like that. Because Catholic means universal. So they had to just put God so that the pagans can think that they're talking about their God. Then, all the heathens and everybody else. It was just the Roman Empire was an empire. So they had many, many different religions under them. So they Catholic means universal. The Roman Catholic Church, all religions, right now that you see, especially when it comes to Christianity sections and sects, they all come from Roman. They all come from Rome. So, which means that you actually have other customs inside of your said life, which has been discussed on many videos about the customs that have been inserted. One of the things that you don't understand is that Sunday worship, that's not the Sabbath. That's the first day of the week. So the pagans worship the sun, this and that. Like, they've always kept the sun worshiping inside. You guys must understand that the New Testament It's corrupt as hell. Now you need to figure out which part of the New Testament is yours. So everybody's religion is in the New Testament. Every single religion at that time. So if you go back and look at religion during the Roman Empire, all of the religions are in the New Testament. All of them. Every single one of them. And then the practices of Christianity, they're all there. Does I mean I the fact that I have to logically say this to you and okay, so the empire, Constantine, they were pagans, they were this and that, and then all of a sudden they converted into Christianity. That's not how things work, and you know that's not how things work. No one does that. They did that because the Christians, which were there before the Messiah was there, or the Lord, the Christ was there. You should ask yourself the question of who these people were too. So I'm telling you, the New Testament and the Christian church, I mean, all of them, every single one of them, they have adapted pagan rituals inside of everything. Another thing, so the Most High cannot stand any holiday. So go look up the holidays and where they actually come from. So the fact that your holidays are Christian holidays lets you know that they included every religion inside of Christianity. Christmas specifically was called out by the Most High. That was specifically called out. And people say that's the Messiah's birthday, but that's not what the book says. So that's what I'm saying. So, and then Easter, he did not rise on Easter. This is, but this whole, and then Esther and Easter, that's a goddess. You guys don't get this. Every single religion, look this up yourself. Every single religion during the time of Rome is included in the New Testament and the practice of Christianity. Every single one of them. All right. So now we're going to do chapter 24. That was an introduction to Christianity right there. I do that on the majority of the videos to try to. Repetition is a mother skill to get people's mind right, to get people to see truly how wicked this earth is, these people, and the shepherds, and why the shepherds are going to die, and their sheep. So, and you'll see it on the screen. I don't hide anything, but I'm not going to say his name. And Joshua, Jesus and Joshua was two different people. And Joshua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came unto him for him for to him for to show, like show to shew him the building of the temple. Okay, pause. So you see the word temple, the word church, and the word synagogue. Those are three different places there. And this is all throughout the New Testament to let you know that all these different religions were there. Use your brain. Temple, church, synagogue. Those are three different places of worship. Three different places. Now you got to ask yourself a question about the word church, right? So they had churches there before the Messiah, which doesn't make sense. You know where the synagogues came from. Now, so what is the church and what are the temples? You should be asking yourself that question. So the buildings of the temple, so like the buildings of the temple is where he came out. And Joshua said unto them, see, not all these things, verily I say unto you, there shall be left here one stone upon another, and shall not be thrown down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of the coming of the end of the world? So, he's telling you this here. He said, and Joshua, because they're two different people, answered and said unto him, this is what I'm saying, so, about to pause. Joshua was the one that said this, but they're equating it with Zeus because they was in the Roman Empire, because that's what Jesus means. Jesus is Zeus. Hail Zeus. That's his name in Latin. Hail Zeus. And then when you actually translate or you see what the Catholics are singing about. They're singing about Lucifer the light bearer, which is the morning star, which is being called inside this book. They said I saw Lucifer fall as the morning star, and then they called the Messiah the morning star. All of the religions are in this book. Be prepared. You'll see it yourself if you're willing to. I mean, or you can ask the Most High yourself. You can pray to Him yourself. You don't have to believe me. I mean, even though I'm gonna show you the words on the screen, but you don't have to believe me. You ask Him yourself. Use your brain. And it said, and Joshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. So that means that men are trying to deceive you at all terms. And you should know this. You should know this. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm showing you the words on the screen. And there's no reason for me to deceive you. I actually want you to be saved. I'm actually looking for the 33%. I really am. That's the one. That's what I'm looking for. The 66.6, the mark of the beast. I can't help you. You're already done. You can't be helped. So I'm looking for that small percentage of human beings that want to be with the Messiah and the Most High, Yahshua in them, and Micah Yah, and well, that's too deep. But yeah, I'm looking for those people there. So it says, take heed that no man deceive you. So that means men are trying to deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying that I am the Christ, and shall deceive many. That happens all the time. That is normal. And also the Pope, he says that he is the vicar of Christ. That's what the title means. That means he's the representative of the Messiah on earth. So every Pope that has been Pope are deceiving people to say that they're the Christ. That's that's many upon itself there. Not along with the regular people and stuff like that are saying that they are Christ or they were sent by the Messiah or something like that, or the pastors. And this is another thing, that shepherds are going to die, and all of their sheep are going to die too. And I'm gonna do Ezekiel 34 over again. You need to watch Ezekiel 34. Everybody needs to watch Ezekiel 34, Matthew 22. Those are a must for all ears. And I'm going to do a part two to Ezekiel 34, super duper over explaining that chapter there. It has to be done. And it says, ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be troubled, for all things must come to the pass, but the end is not yet. So this is the Messiah saying that the end is not yet. This is what you're going to see. But Revelation says that the end is shortly coming. So who is, like, these? They said that things are shortly come to pass. This was 2,000 years ago. It's not shortly come to pass. But this is what the Messiah is telling you what the end is, and Revelations doesn't even match up. This is, like I say, there's too many. It's so many religions inside of one book that you don't even know what the hell you're getting. You really don't. You're being, just don't be deceived. That's what it says. That low man deceive you. You're being deceived. I'm trying to break your deception. I'm trying to get you to understand it. So, and it says, for nation shall rise against nation. So at that time, right, the Roman Empire was it. The only people that was going against the Roman Empire was, the what they call the Jewish wars. So there was not nation rising against nation. So it says that nations, like, it's telling you that the earth are going to be fighting each other. It's going to be like world wars. There was no world war going on at the time, so why would they think that that was the end? So that's what I'm saying. No one listens to the Messiah. That's why I laugh at them. They don't. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So like I say, just telling you, be all out wars against each other. That was not happening during the time that he was there. That was the Roman Empire. They were the empire. Even after that, when the Byzantine Empire is in that, they're still, the world. It didn't start happening until World War One, which was thousands of years, 1,000+ years, after this talk here. So how did no one not pay attention? That's why I said no one listens to the Messiah. You don't listen to him. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. There was no earthquakes in diverse places like that. This is all the things that are going to happen. This is what you're seeing now. This is what you're seeing now, and these are the beginnings of sorrow. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Still beginning. So you're seeing the beginning of this. That started happening. World War I was the beginning of the sorrows. That's the beginning of this, and then it's been famine. Go look at all the people that died from hunger. Go look at Ukraine, the Holodomor, starved millions of human beings, millions of them. Famine. So how was that surely come to pass? So that I said, how do you guys not believe the Messiah? The world doesn't believe him because Revelations does not match up with the Messiah saying. It doesn't. It doesn't add up. That's somebody else's religion. You do know that, right? Revelations is someone else's religion inside of. I just proved it to you right there through the Messiah's words. That's someone else's religion right there. So that this is the beginning of sorrow. So that's the beginning. When you saw World War I, that was the beginning of sorrows. Just the beginning. And it says, and they shall deliver you to be afflicted and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. That's not Christians. That's not Christians. I'm telling you this. This is not Christians. But because this has been hidden too. And this is going to go on forever until the end, but it's going to get worse as the end approaches. And and they shall, and it says, and then many shall be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. This is all that you're seeing. Everyone's offended. You say something that anyone says, and please don't say Christians are hated by all nations. You're the biggest religion on earth, and then you're doing the Crusades. You were murdering Christians were murdering everyone. Stop it. Being persecuted for his name's sake means that you're low, that you don't have any power like that. Stop it. Christians, the Catholic Church has been killing Catholics, the Roman Christians, missionaries. Stop, stop. America during the time of World War I and II, they were a Christian nation. They were killing people. Stop it. This is why I always tell a person, use your brain. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. And it says, many shall be offended and shall betray one another, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. So that is every single person saying they're a prophet. Every single person. Because there aren't any prophets. None. Absolutely none. The Messiah was the last one. There is no more prophets. You may get sent something upon your dreams and this and that, blah, 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 but there is no more prophets. So he's telling you this right here. It's right there. Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive. And because iniquity shall abound, the love for many shall wax cold. You already see this on a daily basis. Black folks murder each other for stepping on people's shoes and mean mugging them. Just all things. It just doesn't matter. Just go look. Just go type in the deaths and then what's going on in Israel right now. They're killing children, babies, kids, cats, dogs, everything, and they're trying to give them more money. This is amazing. Ukraine. So in Ukraine, they're arming everyone and sending them to the front lines. They're purposely killing them. They're purposely killing the Ukrainians. Purposely. They're not defending anything. They're sending them there to die. This is, and then you actually had stupid Americans trying to be mercenaries, and they almost died. People for hire, army for hire. That you guys got to understand what the Messiah is speaking. This is actually the end revelations right here from the Messiah's mouth, not what that book says. That book doesn't match up with this. The revelations does not match up with the. This is the Messiah speaking here, the person that you worship. That book does not match up with what he's saying here. And it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So this is why we always tell the person, endure. You got to endure this. It means that, I mean, enduring means that it's going to be rough. But there's none of this beautiful praying gospel. You're going to fly over it. It says endure, which means that if you're enduring something, that means something's going on. You have to endure the pain. People think like Revelations and all this rapture stuff doesn't make any sense. That's escaping the pain. The Messiah is telling you you're going to endure the pain. So you're going to be a part of the pain. It's crazy as I don't know what. So, and it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all of the world for a witness unto all the nations, and then the end shall come. So, he's telling you that that gospel. So, nobody's teaching this gospel. What you have here is not the gospel. You don't have the gospel. He actually mentions this up in other verses here that you don't have the gospel. So right now, this is the Messiah words. He's telling you that you don't have the gospel. You don't have it. No one has this gospel that he's talking about. You have Revelation's gospel. That's what's being taught. But that's not what this gospel is. So once the real true gospel of the Messiah, which is going to be given to you. I don't have it. No, don't think I have it. But the real gospel of the Messiah is going to be given. And then you're going to be persecuted, and that's what it says right here. And this gospel of the kingdom, the Most High's kingdom, shall be preached in all the earth for a witness unto all nations. Then the end will come. So when the true gospel is spoken, and that's when it's going to come. So we're not at the point when the true gospel was being spoken. So where Revelations does not match up with this. I'm trying to tell you this. You're talking to a person that put in work for the Messiah and the Most High. I put the work in. You could see that I put the work in. There. And it says, and when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, who readeth he him understands. That's happening right now as we speak. And they're going to build that third temple and do even more wickedness upon the earth. So this is when it's getting closer. This is not being done yet. The gospel, the real gospel, has not been taught, and the abomination, desolation, that's been spoke of, is not set up yet, but it's about to be. Just telling you, this is what's going on. And it says, then let them which is in Judah flee unto the mountains. So in Judea. So there's going to be people there. So when you see that, you don't see that point. You like once the abomination is set up. So you got to go in order. This is in order. So we're going in order. So you should be able to see where you are now. This is the Messiah telling you the end of the world. He's telling you this. He's telling you the end of the world. So you should know where you're at now, right? By reading this. And it says, then then let them which is in Judea flee unto the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Like you want to leave, you got to flee. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. So when it comes to that point, you're gonna have to just flee. Isn't it grabbing anything like Lot? Like it's time to leave. Don't look back. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, because it's going to be rough. But pray ye that your flight not be in winter, nor on the Sabbath day. I always talk about that. This is why the Messiah is telling you this. Pray that your flight won't be in winter because it's cold, and the Sabbath day because you have no help on the Sabbath. So you don't want to in that time. It says, for then there shall be great tribulation, such as was not at the beginning of the world to this time. We're going to go over what that's going to be when I pull it out of here. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The Messiah is telling you about the end from the Most High. He's so Revelations does not match up with the end that the Most High said. So the Messiah is giving you the revelations, where the end is going to come, exactly how the Most High said is going to happen. I'm telling you, all religions in one, right there. And it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. So something's going on, just like in the days of Noah, where Noah was the only person with perfect flesh. Right now, they're ruining and destroying all flesh. Not to saying that the human beings are going to die, but they're destroying the flesh of humanity. So, you can see that there. And it says, if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is the Christ, or there, believe it not. So he's telling you that, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and they shall show great signs and wonders, as much as that if there were possible, that they should deceive the very elect. So he's telling you that the elect is going to be deceived, the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. So he's telling you. He told you before, because like I say, you're being deceived. This is his words, not mine. This is the Messiah's words, telling you the end of the earth. That doesn't match every revelation. That does not match every revelation. What he's saying. But and it says, wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth, telling you don't go. Behold, he is in the secret chamber, believe it not. Don't I'm not there. I'm not there. Don't believe anyone that says that he's there. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also coming the Son of Man be. He said, you're going to see him. Everyone's going to see him. You don't have to worry about this. You're going to be seen. Whatever. That's what he told you. The lightning got crashed on the west, but the east still saw it, right? Yes, it did. It's in the sky. We know this. So he's telling you, you're going to see it. So don't worry. Everyone's going to see it. So don't believe anybody that says the Christ is coming, because you're going to see it. The whole earth is going to see it. For whomever the carcass is, there will be eagles there gathered. Yeah, who has the eagle sign. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. All right. And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Fallen angels, fallen angels, fallen angels. Right there. And then shall appear the sign of Son of Man in heaven, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. All right. So he's telling you, like, you're gonna see me in the, all y'all gonna see me together. Don't worry. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. You're gonna hear that. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from all four corners of the earth. Mm, mm. From one end of heaven to the other. Mm. All right. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, he know that summer is nigh. So, it's telling you that it's getting close because the leaves let you know. So likewise, when ye see all these things, know that is near, even at the door. So he's giving you that, telling you this and that. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass until all these things are fulfilled. Okay, listen to me and listen to me good. He just told you something there that matches up with the Most High. The last generation isn't going to die. Your life is going to be worse than death. It is. I hope your head's in this book. I hope that you find the Most High. Having a life worse than death is living death. So I'm just telling you, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass until all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. It's like no matter what, he's not passing away. This word isn't passing away. No matter what goes on, it's never going to pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. I thought they were the same people. So if they're the same people, he's supposed to know. He's telling you the only the Most High knows. He doesn't even know. No one knows. No one knows but the Most High. No one. So every time someone says blood moon, end of the world, this and that, they're lying to you. They're lying. I don't even understand how you're a Christian and believe that the end is going to come. You don't know when it's going to come. No one knows the day. Only He knows the day. The Messiah doesn't even know the day. Right there in your face, it says Father only. They're not the same people. This is not God in the flesh, you fools. What is wrong with you guys? But as the days of Noe is what they call them, were so shall be the coming of the Son of Man. Go look at the days of Noah. Go look at it. We're going to talk about that one of these days too. You go look at the days of Noah. That's how it's going to be exactly, and it's going to give you a hint. As it says, for as in the days that there were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, married and given unto marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So they were acting as if nothing was going on. They were just living their life fully. And it says, and knew not until the flood came. So most people did not know what was going on. Noah did, because he was told by the Most High, because of who he was. But he's telling you this. So that's why I say, don't, no one knows this. No one knows this. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be. Same exact way. No one's going to know. Like a thief in the night. So that's why you need to get your mind right as fast as possible. Then shall two be in the field, and one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding the meal, one shall be taken, and the other left. When it says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord does come. Telling you to take heed, do what you're supposed to do. You don't know when I'm going to come. But know this, that if the good of a man of a house had been known and would watch, the thief would come. He would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken. Therefore, be also ready. So I'm telling you, he's telling you that y'all better keep y'all head in this book. For in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man come. Always be prepared. Who then is faithful and and wise servant, whom his Lord has made ruler over his household to give them meat unto due season. All right. Blessed is that servant who his Lord, when he comes, shall find so doing. So this is what you're going to do. That's why it says, keep your head in the word, because you don't know when he is going to come. I've said that to you many times, because this is real. You're supposed to be acting every day, because first of all, you don't know if you're going to live tomorrow. You don't know this. So I tell you, keep your head in this book. Keep your head in this book. There is nothing more important than keeping your head in this book. And what I'm doing is not for any reward. I'm doing this because I am supposed to. That's it. Because I have the knowledge to do so. So I should be doing it. It is what it is. So I am. I'm doing it in front of you, right in front of your face. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. If that is, so be it, then so be it. But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord, delay his coming. That's what the Christian church is doing right now. They don't want the income. They're praying for cars, houses, this and that. This is the shepherds are going to die, and the shepherd servants are going to die. You know, the shepherd sheep are going to, oh, so I can say servants too. They're going to die with them. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And shall begin to smile his fellow servants. I just said it right there. And shall eat and drink with the drunkard. Why are you wasting your time with someone that's drunken? Like, that's what they're going to do instead of doing what you're supposed to. And the Lord of that servant shall come in that day when he looketh not for him, and in the hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. This is why I keep telling you, 66.6% of the earth is going to die. All of these Christians, they're not looking for the Messiah. They're not doing what he's saying. They're not. You know they aren't. They're worried about what their pastor is. They're worshiping on Sunday. That's what I'm saying. You can worship on any day. I do this. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, some of you guys might know what that's from, but if you do, you're cool. But I mean, I do it all day, but I don't do it specifically saying this is the Lord's day of worship. That's on Sunday, which is not. That's the first day of the week. That is not the Lord's day. So you're already not listening to the Messiah or the Most High because you're violating that there by, like I say, you go. I worship all day, every single day. I do every single day. I do this. But what I'm saying is that I know, and I'm not going out here thinking that the Sabbath is Saturday. Violation, violation, violation. And it says, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. He always makes sure he remember that to let you know that that's what it's going to be. Y'all keep on saying that he's soft. He's not. He's always telling you that it's going to be wailing, weeping, and gnashing of the teeth. That means people dying. That's what that is. But he's the tender root. So he says and does things tenderly. I don't know if you guys ever heard the song Tenderly. Um, I'm trying to remember who sung it. Frank Sinatra sung it. I think Ella Fitzgerald sung it. A couple other people back in the day with old jazz and blues singers, stuff like that. They sung the song. The song is amazing. It really truly is. I listen to a lot of old music. Back in the day, I don't listen to a lot of music now because what it's doing to the body. But I'll still every now and then listen to it when I do for the small occasions. I love listening to older music, especially this is before the earth got super corrupt. I mean, well, that's music industry got super corrupt because it was corrupt then. We'll go on that. How? Because you think that the puffy stuff is new. This has been going on since the beginning of the music industry. It's just that it wasn't so rampant. You couldn't get everybody to do it because you know fake Christianity was still going on the earth at the time. So it was something that you couldn't push to everyone like you can now, where it tells you that the hearts are going to wax cold. They're going to be marrying. So basically, it's telling you that they're going to be having sex. Marrying means having sex. So basically, they're just going to what you see now with the OnlyFans of the earth. Like, so I just gave you. I just okay. So I just gave you some cheat codes. When you go into marriage, it doesn't mean you're getting married in front of the church. That's not what marriage is. Marriage means joining. So the Messiah is telling you that during the time of Noah, they were they were just having sex all day. That's what they were doing. They were here it is right here. Let's read it again. For as in those days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and given unto marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So, like I say, they was living their life normally, but marriage and giving marriage, that means they were having sex all the time. So they were just partying. They were partying. They were eating and drinking and just having sex. That's what you see on the earth now. The clubbing life, just going out eating, drinking, having sex, this and that. That's what you see. This is what he's telling you. That's what happened before the flood. This is what's happening now. Prepare thyself. Prepare thyself. This is the manna from heaven, and this is a sad but beautiful hallelujah.